washed. They, I love the whitewash look, by the way, but you can paint them. You can keep them as they are, or you can do what we're going to do tonight. Find it. We are going to use my sanding block, and we are going to just kind of distress it a little bit more, take away a little bit more of the white just to make it a little more fun. So I have no idea what grit this is. I can find out for you. If you want to message me, I'll be glad to check into it for you. But I'm just going to kind of go over the edges and just kind of rough it up a little bit, make it a little more rustic. Now, if you have a sander, you know, one of these days I might invest in one of those, like little Dremel sanders, little handheld ones. I haven't decided to do that yet because I don't sand a ton. I'm going to set this out of the side because I'm getting sand everywhere. But you could even distress it even more. And any of our cutouts, it looks cool with it. I've seen a lot of people do that. They love that look, that kind of natural look. So it looks really cool when you use a hand sander to rough it up and take away some of the paint and leave a little bit of it there. Now, in addition, this is kind of smoothing out my surface, which is good. That's always a good thing, right? When you're working with a wood surface, it's porous, and we want to make sure that our transfer lays as nicely as possible, and we want to make sure that our chalk paste wants to attach to it. So once I get done sanding it, like I said, I'm just kind of doing it. I want it to look a little bit older, a little more used. I don't know if you can see I'm probably going to have it all over my blue, I'm sure. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I think the look's going to be cool. Okay. Now, to clean up this, look, see, told you, I'm going to have it all over me. That's okay. I'll probably end up getting warm halfway through the demo. Okay, I just have a wet paper towel here, and I am going to make sure I wipe it off. And I am going to clean my area of the sand. So I don't want that interfering with my, probably should have used a dry one. I just don't want it interfering with my transfer. It's amazing how that little tiny bit of sanding can make such a mess. Just a little makes a lot of mess. All right, let me get a dry paper towel too. Make sure this is dry. Clean it up. Oh yeah, look, the sand's all, it even got all over my jars of paste. That's okay. So very springy colors that I picked out tonight, you guys. All right, so that's how it looks after we've sanded it, and I'm just making sure I got all a little bit of dust particles off of it. So I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know if you can see, it's just distressed a little bit more, just a little. So now we're gonna apply a little bit of surface wax to it because it's wood, and we wanna make sure our transfer and our chalk paste adheres to it well. Remember my cute little, showed you guys last night, my cute little, I don't know what you're gonna call it, a little wax cloth. There you go. That's a good name. Wax and cloth. Perfect. It's perfect. So I think I'll use one side for applying wax. You always want to wax your wood surfaces just to prepare them for your transfer and for your, now sanding it down probably help too. But that's all it takes is just a tiny bit. It doesn't take a lot. We want to make sure that gets soaked in. I'm going to let it sit for just a second. I'll show you what colors we're going to use because I picked very, and then this is the transfer. I picked very springy colors. So look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? That one is called, appropriately, Wisteria. So we're going to do the words in Wisteria. I'm going to use my shimmer silver because I have to have a little bit of shimmer on here. I just do. We're going to use this shimmer silver for the outline of the jar, the actual outline and the lid. And we're going to use pistachio because it's such a nice bright green. And I always feel like in the spring, you know, there's so many different shades of green, but I feel like that bright, brand new green is just so, I don't know, cheery. So we're going to use pistachio because I feel like that's very close to that. And then I thought I was looking today, my forsythia is starting to bloom. So that's exciting. And I actually got a little bud from the store that I went to, a little, what do you call it? Oh my goodness, what are they called? The little artificial flowers, whatever they're called. Anyway, pick or something like that. Yeah. In a yellow. This isn't quite as bright as the forsythia, but I didn't want to use the bumblebee. But I think this one's going to be really pretty. This one is called Golden Hour. We did have a daffodil color, but I'm not sure if we still do. I went online to check and see because we have a little paste palette that is perfect for spring colors, but it's out of stock right now. I don't know if it'll be coming back in. Thursdays are usually our restock day, so it may be tomorrow. If you're interested in that, and it's like 4 different colors, and it would be pretty pastel colors for all your spring projects, even Easter projects. So if you're interested in that, just let me know, and I'll keep you posted whether or not it comes in. Now, for fun, I thought we would embellish it a little bit with some metal. Since it's a mason jar, it's supposed to have a metal lid, right? So I prepared this little cutout, and all I did was use one of these disposable baking pans. Whatever size you want. You can get whatever, because you're just going to cut it apart. So I just thought the round one would kind of be fun. So I kind of just cut it enough that it will kind of go around the top of it. And even if when I go to do the back side of the project, it won't interfere with it, whether I add another piece to the back or leave it that way. It won't interfere with it being the way I cut it. So we'll hot glue that on after it's all done. But I think that'll make it fun too, don't you? I do. So I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to cut myself. So let's just buff this out and then we'll get started. So I'm using, 4 different colors. So it's not necessarily a beginner's project, but you could easily do this in all one color or even just 2 colors. You could easily do it, guys. So don't be intimidated by it. And if you don't have one of these jar cutouts or don't want to buy one of the jar cutouts, but you like the this and then the other one that's going to be available or that is available on the website, the other transfer that kind of is a jar cutout, we actually have a transfer that's just a jar cutout. So you don't have to get one with even words in it at all. Or you could use this just on any other type of surface. It doesn't have to be on this cutout. Remember, I've shown you before, you can use it. I could make this into a t-shirt, right? And it would be adorable with, just the mason jar. Very, farmhousey. It would be adorable. So, anyway, don't feel like you have to have all this, but I did include a cart link for these 2 items at least. All right. So let's get our handy dandy fuzzing cloth. And if you're hopping on, please say hello. I love to have conversations with you guys. I'm just making sure I can see any comments. Facebook shares that with me sometimes, and then sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see what kind of mood it's in today. How was your Wednesday? I would love to know how it was. It was very gloomy, rainy. It rained for a while, and then it would not, but it was spring-like because it was so humid, and it did get up to 70, but the sun finally at the end of the day made its way out here. But it was pretty gloomy most of the day. But, yeah, and I was just on the go again all day today. I'm tired of being on the go, and tomorrow I want to get a project done during the day tomorrow, I think. But I have some appointments tomorrow, too. So I'm ready to just kind of, I don't want to be on the go anymore. I don't think that's going to happen until Saturday. So, unfortunately. Now, this is the first time I've used, but tell me what you did with your day. I'd love to know. I'd love to know what you did. Did you work? How was work? It's Wednesday at least. We're halfway through, right? We're halfway through. But since this is brand new, I had to fuzz it. That's what that was if you're new here. We just added a little bit of fuzz to the back. So it sticks, but doesn't stick so much that I have any trouble pulling the transfer back off because these are sticky. They're reusable, silkscreen transfers, and you can use them 10 or 12 times. The company guarantees up to 10 or 12 times. I think it's 12. But if you take care of them, guys, you can get many more than that. I'm just placing it now. This is probably always the longest part of the whole any project that I do. That and choosing the colors. But I try to, if I have time, which I was later getting on here than I wanted to be, but I had to meet with a long guy because, like I said, we have shoots coming up. I don't know if it's daffodils or tulips coming up, and already trying to push through. They've pushed through, and I gotta get my flower beds mulched. So I need to get them ready. So I met with a guy tonight, and that put everything else later. So you know how that goes. Spring ends up being a busy time. All right, so now I've placed that on there. As you can see, I can see right through it. So the white area that you see, that's the silkscreen area that our colors are going to go through. Now I'm going to do paste and pull just because I don't want to, paste and peel because I don't want to take a chance of, I feel like I have that dust. I do, sawdust on my hands. My hands are dry enough. Are they dry for you all? I am still dry. I take vitamin E every day too, and they're still dry as they can be. But yeah, I have that dust on my hands. That doesn't help any. All right, but what I was saying is I'm going to do the paste and peel because I just don't want to take a chance of anything drying because you know me, I get on here, I get talking, I get long-winded, and I've forgotten that it's been longer than it should. This is just wet chalk. It's called chalk paste, but it's just wet chalk. And this shimmer, I'm a shimmer girl. I love my shimmers. I don't know if you can still tell. I don't think you can tell the way I have my hair pulled back, but I have tinsel in my hair. My son calls it tinsel, but basically it's the fairy hair. So I love shimmer. So I've got to have a little element of shimmer on almost every project I do. And the shimmer is just still wet chalk. It just has whatever property makes it a shimmer. It's not glitter, but I don't know what it is. But anyway, You just want to take it directly out of your jar. If you have a jar, if you have a paste packet, then you would just squeeze just a little bit out to start with, because you can always add more, but you can't put it back in if you get the single paste packets. With this, I can put it right back in the jar if I get too much. But this is my multi-purpose tool, by the way. I love, love, love this tool. See how small that squeegee is? Perfect for little areas. So I'm going to do my the silver in that because I'm doing such a small area. And you're just going to apply it directly to your silkscreen transfer. Any questions you guys have, feel free to share them with me on the comment section, because it might be the same question someone else has. If that intimidates you or you just don't want to do that, then send me a message. I'll be glad to help you. That's what I'm here for. I enjoy demonstrating this and showing this. This is fun for me to show this to you guys. And then I have such a great, fun, unique, customized project done in no time. So it's a win-win for me. So you see, I'm just applying that directly to the silkscreen area, just making sure I got coverage, and I pull off any extra. And I'm probably gonna come up just a tiny bit more, and then I'm gonna stop, because the shimmer paste, chalk paste, is a little thinner than our regular chalk paste, so I don't want it to dry quicker. But our chalk paste dries to the touch in about 5 minutes or less, depending on the surface you're putting it on. And this is one of my small squeegees. That's also available in my shop. Look at this beautiful, can you see? That I can always get turned around. That beautiful purple color. So pretty. I think it's just going to scream spring. Of course, it reminds me of Easter eggs too. You know, like coloring eggs or the fake eggs. I had the opportunity to go to the at-home store today up in Raleigh, and boy, they have tons of Easter stuff out. And Easter is not until April this year, I think. Time change comes in March on the 13th, in case you're wondering. I'm going to go up a little higher with this, and then I'll do add a little bit more of my silver. Now you'll notice with this chalk paste, you can go up and down or left and right, whatever you want. Just make sure you get good coverage. And when we go to pull it back, we'll pull it back slowly. That way, if I've missed anything, I'll pull off any extra. But if I've missed anything, I can kind of add it back. I'm going to go up a little bit more with my silver. Isn't this just the funnest? I love mason jars. I don't know. Do you like mason jars? I actually use them. I use them for my spices, or not my spices. Well, no, my baking stuff, like sugar, powdered sugar, brown sugar, flour, those kinds of things. I just love them. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our paste and peel on this section, just because we want to make sure. Can you see that? I feel like there's a shadow. I can't tell. Because I want to make sure it doesn't dry in there. But I'm going to pull it back slowly. So if I've missed any, I can lay it right back down. Look. Oh, I love it. I wasn't planning on making a shirt with this, but I might have to. Wouldn't it be cute on a bag too? Like a little bag? Oh my goodness. So cute. Look. Isn't that pretty? Can y'all see it? I think you can see it. Okay, so paste and peel is exactly like I just mentioned. You just peel it up. I pasted it. I peeled it back so that I can make sure that the paste dries on my surface and not on my silkscreen transfer, because then I'll be upset that I did all that work. Now I'm just speeding up the process of drying. Like I said, it's going to dry on its own, but I'm just speeding up the process a little bit with my little air dryer. You don't have to do this. You can just paste and peel and lay it back down. Now if I wanted to, I'm going to embellish it with this metal. If I wanted to, I could add some real flowers to it too. But I'm going to see how I feel about it. Or I could even add a, oh you guys, I just thought of something. I have a really cute ribbon that I found that I had to get at Hobby Lobby last week. When did I go to Hobby Lobby? Last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't know, merged together. I think it was last week. The beginning of last week, wasn't it? And it might look good. I can't remember the colors in it though, whether this colors would go. Whether it would complement the colors or not. So I'm just going to lay it back down. That's what paste and peel is. You just lay it there. You don't press it back down. You lay it there. But then you go back to the area that you have not chalk paste yet, your silkscreen area, and you press it down because you want to make sure you have good contact. Okay, I'm going to wait on the outer because, like I said, that one's a little thinner and I don't want it to dry while I'm doing this. But what we're going to do is we're going to do our flower in this pretty golden hour yellow. Actually got my lids off already. And then the little leaves and the little dots there in our pistachio. And I just dropped. Okay, I'm going to do the pistachio first. I just dropped that lid. For goodness sake. I'm tired, y'all. I'm clumsy because I've been on the go too much. I'm tired. Tired, tired, tired. Either that or it's the remnants of COVID. It could be. It's been several weeks, and I didn't really have the extreme fatigue that everybody complains about, and that most of my boys had. I think all the guys in my house had they slept a ton. I didn't sleep anymore. I can tell you that. Wish I did. I would love to catch up on my sleep. Even when we went away last week, I couldn't catch up on my sleep. I tried. All right, so I'm just, see how, that's it, done. So I'm just putting the rest of that back in there that I didn't use. I'm gonna set that aside, and I'll wash all that in the transfer in the sink, my squeegees. And this is one of my mini squeegees. They're available now for individual purchases. They're on the website as well. I'm gonna turn this a little. And I know I got way too much, but I can put it right back in. I just thought yellow, you know, that's one of the first, that and the, down here anyway, the cherry trees, the pretty pink, and the daffodils and the forsythia are definitely the first. Yellow and pink are the first colors of spring that I feel like we see down here. So I thought, last night I could not even get it together enough to think, what color should I use? All right, now let's go ahead and do our silver, and we'll be done with this part, and we'll just dry it up. You guys, lickety split. Now, if you were doing this project yourself, you'd probably already be done. Can't beat that for creating your own wonderful decor. And if you follow my stories, I try to story most mornings, and I share my coffee bar just because I love it. I love my coffee bar. I didn't start a coffee bar until like a year and a half ago, but I love it because I like to collect themed mugs. I don't know if you do. I picked up another one today to be able to do a project on. I'm always on the lookout for them, but I love themed coffee mugs. Anything that's themed or like inspirational sayings, I have a problem. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, I have my coffee bar, and I usually try to share that in the mornings. And I'm thinking this might have to go on there because it's too cute. I was going to do some blue on there because that's what color I have on the coffee bar, but these colors just were speaking to me tonight. All right, so all of that's done, as you can see. So we're going to do our peel and reveal, and again, I'm just going to pull it back slowly, and if I have missed any, I can lay it right back down. Like I can tell right there on that one little section where it kind of met that I missed. Let me see if I missed any more. Nope, not so far. I'm trying to get my hand free without making a mess. Now, our chalk paste is water soluble, so if I got it on me, I could just wash it off. Now, it won't wash off of this, though, once it hardens, okay? So it's going to harden in about 5 minutes on its own, but I'm going to help it along. Oh my gosh, you guys, how adorable. So this is washable in the sink. I'm just going to spray some water on it until I can take it to the sink. Don't ever soak your transfers, though, because it'll take the stickiness off. I just spray it with a little bit of water until I can get it to the sink. Just use some running water. Okay. But ta-da! Now tell me how beautiful that is. See, it could be done right now. You could say, oh my gosh, I did it. Look how awesome that looks. Can you tell that that's yellow? It's kind of coming off a little different color. Might be my lighting. Isn't that so pretty by itself? I'm gonna try to be careful because it's not dry on the top yet. But it would dry on its own in about 5 minutes. We're gonna speed it up. I'm actually gonna put my squeegees to the side. And make sure you always close up your lids if you get the jars. These are 3-ounce jars. They last a long, long, long time. If you get the paste packets, I have a trick for that as well. Just send me a message and I'll tell you how to do that. I'm just putting the extra right back in my jar. And I'll wash all those in the sink. I love that wisteria color. That is so pretty. I love a wisteria plant. Do you know what wisteria is? If you don't, I apologize. But it's worth looking up because they're beautiful. And you've probably seen it where you live. But it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite plants visually. I love the way it looks. But it's one of the ones, it's like the one that really plays havoc on my allergies. I had the worst time with it. I mean, terrible. You'll see because I won't be able to disguise it even with allergy medicine. I'll be showing it. Hang on a second. Let me get the lid to this. We're letting that dry. Again, if you're popping on, if you'll hit that heart button and say hi. If you're first time, tell me where you're watching from. What kind of weather are you having? I've heard that some people are getting snow again. I think my brother and sister-in-law live in Utah, and I'm pretty sure I saw they had snow again this morning. I didn't look at it later today, but this morning they were having snow, and yeah. So, and it was pretty cold there still. So I know some of y'all are getting snow. Like I said, we had 70 today, I think it was. It's going to be high of 50 tomorrow, so it's crazy. But then Friday it's supposed to be in the 80s again. I don't know. That's crazy. That is just crazy. Look, I'm pretty sure this is about dry already. It looks dry. You can kind of tell, you know, it's if it's wet, it looks more matte once it's dry. But it's dry, once it's dry to the touch, see this? I can touch this part because I already did that, remember? So it's hardened now. The only way to get that off would be to sand it off. It's not going to come off once it hardens. On wood, it's, you know, it's a one-time use unless you sand it all down and start over. But you could. That would be fun too. If you decide it's done and you want to get you probably need a hand sander. I don't know if you can do it with just a little sanding block like I had. I just want to make sure this is really dry. And what I also want to do, you guys, is plug in my glue gun because we're going to need that. So let me plug that in so that can be going. I don't have a cordless one. Turn that off. I don't have a cordless glue gun. So and that is dry now. What do you think, guys? What colors would you do if you were doing it? You could match it to your decor. You don't have to do traditional spring colors. You could match it to your decor. Like I said, I thought about doing blue on here because I have blue on my coffee bar, which is where this is going to live. I'll let my glue gun start up. I guess I could put some under that just in case. Let that heat up. I didn't want to start it too soon because then it would be but let me, while that's heating up, I can show you what the other transfer looks like. So don't forget, we have my club offering. If you join the Club Couture this month, you get 5 free transfers in addition to your regular monthly club transfer, and it's only $19.99 a month. And you get a transfer, the one that we've been doing, the Long Way Home, the bicycle. You get a transfer and 3 coordinating paste packets that go along with it. But like I said, this month only, and that's Monday is the last day. This month only, you will also get 3 free transfers. All right, now where is that? Let's see. So don't forget about that. And if you are already a club member, this is our, the reason I said that is because if you're a club member, you also get this catalog. You get a free catalog. But I wanted to find, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, so here's what we just did, right? Here's the one we just did with the transfer. But there's another, it's so pretty. Where are you? Shoot. Isn't that always the way it is? When you want to find something, you can't. There's also, I want to say it's an herb, but I could be wrong because I didn't look at it. And I am a gardener. I'm not a vegetable gardener. I'm not good at that. I'm a flower and I'll do herbs. Ah, there it is. There it is. So this is the other. Check it out. Okay, so, oh, I gotta remember. There we go. That's what you can also do with our jar cutouts. And this transfer up here is the one that has the different ideas that you can put in there. Yep, it's herbs. Oregano, thyme, rosemary, and parsley. That's called jar cutout herbs. And you get all 4 of those. And then, like I also said, they also, if you didn't want to get the actual wooden cutout, which like I said, they are so reasonable, and you get both sides, double-sided. This is painted or it's chalked. They also have a jar outline that you can use, that you can get for that. So any questions on that, just let me know. I'll help you out with it. Okay, so this should be plenty dry enough, and it looks like my glue gun is ready to go. So let's give this, let's give a little prop up here. Let's give this a go. So I cut it so that it would kind of swoop because I figured, you know, jar is kind of rounded, whatever. So let's go ahead and try to add this. And let me get my little finger protector. And if you're hopping on, say hi. And if you would hit that heart button, I would appreciate it. Okay, so I'm just going to apply the hot glue directly to the metal, and hopefully I won't burn myself. Ooh, I can feel it hot already. So we're going to do that. Oh gosh, I'm so messy with a glue gun, you guys. Always so messy. Okay. Once I get it on there, oh, it's not coming. It's not too bad. It's not too hot. I can feel it, but it's not going to hurt. That's fine. Once I get it on there, I'm going to mold it. I just wanted to kind of get it attached first. And if I needed to, I could probably trim off some of it too. And then on the sides, I'm just going to kind of mold it around. I want to make sure I don't have it too pokey because I don't want anybody to get, if they were to pick it up, my little guy decided he wanted to check it out, I don't want him to get cut. I'm also considering covering the edges, so we could do that. We could very easily do that. So there you go. Oh, let me get my little... I haven't figured out how to do the glue gun without getting glue strings everywhere. Let me pull those off so it doesn't detract from the beauty. All right, you guys, look at that. Now you tell me, is that not cute? Isn't that cute? Now we can leave it very shiny silver like it is, or if you wanted to distress it a little bit, you could just take a little bit of our chalk paste and distress it like I have. Where is it I was looking for? There it is. No, that's not it. Our storm color is gray. You could distress it a little bit with the storm color, or you could just leave it fun and shiny, bright and new, like spring itself, right? So let's check and see. I'll plug this because I feel like I'm good. I think I'm good. I think that was all I needed to glue on there. I don't think I need to glue the sides. They feel like they're holding pretty good. I think I'm all right. Yeah, I think I'm all right. I'm gonna leave it be. I'm gonna leave it be. I'm gonna let it be, like the Beatles said, let it be. Okay, so let me check this cute. I thought I had my act together, y'all. I was gonna share all this with you and I had everything I needed. Where did I put it? Let me show you this and you tell me. Or I might not, if I can't find it. Y'all, is your craft room a mess? You know I took all that time to clean it and make it so nice and now it's a disaster again. It is a disaster again. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Shoot. I don't know where I put it. And it is the prettiest. No, that's not it. That's something else. That's for another project. That's for another project. Did I put it back here anywhere? Oh dear. And it is so pretty, you guys. I don't know where it is. It's the prettiest little flowers. I don't know. I might add that on there. I don't know. We'll see. If I can find it and I look at it and I think it'll go with it. But that's all done. We could add the ribbon at the top just to make it fun and sweet. And I may do that. The other thing that I think I'm going to do is... I have so many things going on, y'all. It's not even funny. I was thinking I might add some of this. So this is a napkin set I got from one of our favorite department stores. If you want to know where, I'll tell you. Send me a message or a comment. I'll answer it. If you ask me a question, I can tell you. But this is, I just thought this was the prettiest napkin, and I thought, oh, I could decoupage with that, right? Look how pretty that is. Doesn't that scream spring? All right, and I was thinking we could decoupage along here. So let's do it. Let's just do it. Why not? I haven't been on here live with you guys in a while. So let's do it. But don't you think that's going to look so pretty along the sides? It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we're going to get it. We're going to do it. So this is what I would do. Since I'm doing this project with you guys, this is what I'm going to do. Teach you how I would do it. Demonstrate to you how I would do it. So I'm just going to kind of take the napkin, line it up. Let me get a pencil. Boy, I feel like I'm going off of camera more than I'm staying on it tonight. All right, so I'm just going to take, see how high up I want it to go. We'll see. Let me just go up that high. We'll see. And I'm just kind of, oh, I guess I could show you from that way. Sorry, guys. I get so into it, I don't even pay attention to what I'm doing. All right, so I'm trying to figure out where to place it. But I want it to be the same width so that I don't have to sand off very much. And I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace. Okay? I'm going to trace it. So now I have an idea of where my line needs to be. I need to get my Mod Podge guy. My little, I use the foam brushes for Mod Podge. That way if I want to throw it away, I can. It's not a big deal. But I am going to cut carefully. Actually, I'm not going to use my treasure. I'm going to use my fabrics. And I have a feeling one of my little buddy is going to come say goodnight to me. But I'm just going to cut this out. And we're going to Mod Podge it on. We interrupt this program for cuteness. Are you coming in? You can come in. Or somebody to say goodnight. Come say goodnight. Hello. Oops, that's okay. Jump up. 1, 2, 3, jump. Hi.
Hi.
You're right there. See you? Do you see you? You're here. You say hi. Say hi. Why are you so red on your mouth? You're wearing your. Oh, that's right. You had a popsicle, a sugar-free popsicle. Oh gosh, don't hit me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got lipstick on you. I got lipstick on you. Mama sealed you with her lips. I hope you have sweet dreams. I love you.
Love it, guy.
You like being on there, don't you? We'll have to do a project again together one day soon. Okay? You watching yourself? All right, Mama has to finish it up. You got to go to bed.
Bedtime, come on.
Good night, sweet boy. Good night.
Come on.
Everything.
Sweet
You can
dreams.
watch my video again.
Yeah, we'll watch it again and again. Little kids like seeing themselves on video, don't they? Awesome. Okay, so I have cut that out, and it should, I think, no, I'll just start down here. I'm just going to Mod Podge it around as far as it'll go, and then we'll trim a little bit more on this side. I won't need as much, I don't think, on this side. So, just gonna show you from the back side this time. Take my pencil, I just trace it. Okay, cut it out. Now there is an easy way to Mod Podge that, well, you can't see it. That you dry it and then use your iron, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way today, just because it's such a small area and I think it would be difficult to get the iron on it. So we'll just do it. And then you got more napkin to save for your next Mod Podge project, which I believe we will use because I have another idea that would actually coordinate with this very nicely. Okay, so I'm going to do this side first because they're going to overlap a little bit. So you're going to just take your Mod Podge, and I am going to shake it up first. Throw that old dried away. And I am going to put it directly on my little foam brush. And I'm not putting it on super heavy. I'm going to go ahead and stick this to it. It's going to want to grab pretty easily. And then we'll try to smooth it out. Just press it down. All right, and then let's move over to the next. Ooh, let's see. When you're a crafter, sometimes you just need one more hand, and sometimes you just have to be creative in even how you do your crafts when you don't have one extra hand. I think this will just finish it off nice. Just kind of something fun, a little fun element to it. Trying to see which side is the right side. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's gonna just overlap. Have you ever Mod Podged anything before? If you have, let me know. Do you like Mod Podge? Or are you afraid of it? It's not. It's such a cool, it's basically just glue. It's like grown-ups version of glue. And there's so many things you can do. It's so fun. Okay. Smooth it out. Now, if I wanted to, I could obviously add even more. Let's see, it just kind of finishes it off. I'm not done. I'm gonna take care of that and get that off there. I could go over it with a layer of Mod Podge as well, just to kind of seal it. That's what that does. But what we're gonna do next is I like to use, oh, I didn't realize I took the whole end of my glue gun off. Interesting. Didn't even know you could do that. I like to have a, I keep a fingernail file. This one's obviously old. I keep a fingernail file with me for areas like this. So basically, because it's just a napkin, right? I don't know whether I could have made it smaller, but I didn't really want to. If I had time, I would have tried to find my scrapbook paper that might have gone with it. But you can use a fingernail file to take off your extra. See how that kind of is a little wider? Even though I measured it, I cut it a little too wide. I'd rather go wide, too wide than not wide enough. And you see how that pulls that right off? But leaves you a nice edge. That's all you do. You can use your sanding block, or you can, and if it's a little area like this, you just use your fingernail file. And it takes it off nice and clean without ripping it and making it messed up. So, can you see that? Oh, it made that. Now I'm just going to fix the other side, because I think on this one anyway. Let's see, I think I went over a little. Now, I kept both plies of the napkin, but you can very easily just do one ply. Because, you know, these napkins have 2 plies to them. You can easily take it apart and just use the top layer. And they generally recommend that. So, you might want to keep that in mind. But that's our finished guy. I'm going to find that ribbon, though. I'm bound and determined to find that ribbon. Doesn't that just kind of finish it off a little bit more? And so that's what the back looks like for right now. So even if someone saw it, it wouldn't be that big a deal. It wouldn't be like, ew, that's so awful. It looks fine, right? And then we're going to do a fun Easter one project on it. What I'm looking for right now, I'm on the hunt for some